Greetings, cultivators from around the world. Jordan River here, like a garden gnome, but better. Here with more Growcast today, we have Jinx from Jinxproof Genetics on the line. You guys know and love Jinx. This is the best interview we've done. It's just a great one. We talk about all of his new work. We get into some family stuff. It's really fun. I just know you're going to love today's, let's call it a breeder feature, a return breeder feature. Before we get into it with Jinx, though, going to give some love to Plant Success, aka Plant Revolution. They put out the Great White line. You guys are familiar with the Great White Myco, the king crab beneficial bacteria, and more. I am a huge fan of this king crab. I wear my king crab hat everywhere. The king crab is really nice because it is specifically formulated beneficial bacteria, and it is very, very clean. You can use this in virtually any setup. I've been seeing people use this from living soil to DWC, and it totally crushes. Check out their liquid myco. It's their Orca. So if you can't get your hands on some granular myco, or maybe you're up potted and you just know you need more fungal life, or maybe you forgot, add that liquid Orca. I've also seen people use that in DWC with success. Their myco chum is great. Like I said, they're Great White. We love everything that's going on with Plant Revolution, baby. So check them out. You can find them at plantrevolution.com, find them in your local hydro store, find them all over the place. Great friends of the show. All right, let's get into it with Jinx. Thank you for listening, everyone, and enjoy the program. Hello, podcast listeners. You are now listening to Growcast. I'm your host, Jordan River, and I want to thank you for tuning in today. Before we get started, I urge you to share the show. Tell a grower about Growcast. Make sure you subscribe and give us a good rating and review. It helps us out. Thank you so much. Depending on when you're hearing this, June 26th, I am in Harrisburg, Illinois. Come and see me if you're in the St. Louis area, Southern Illinois area. Anywhere around there, come see me. 3 Mile Farm is where I'm going to be doing a little Q&A, giveaways. All the proceeds go to the women's shelter. Really great stuff. Go and check it out at Growcast on Instagram. And also keep an eye out for the Sacramento meetup, July 31st. July 31st, Sacramento meetup. More details coming. But today we're not out on the West Coast. We are actually headed down to Oklahoma to speak to a very good friend of mine. Really excited to have him back on the show. What's up, Jinx? Oh, wait, are you traveling? Are you on the West Coast right now? What's up, Jinx?
Oh, I'm in Seattle right now.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, just kidding. We're back. We're back to the West Coast. How you doing, Jinx? It's good to talk to you, man.
I'm doing pretty good, brother. Nice to talk to you, too.
That's hilarious, man.
Before the COVID thing, I was always traveling, to shows and, meet and greets and stuff like that. So, but the COVID thing has definitely put a damper on that. But yeah, so my main traveling right now is to Oklahoma and back, as you mentioned, with the farm, Carter Creek Cannabis. So I've been, it's the first time I've ever been able to get a hands-on Jinxproof flower to the public because, I'm not, I don't own a legal farm myself. It's
right.
It's a little beyond me as far as finances and stuff like that. So I've got invited to be part of this farm and I took opportunity of it. And it's been great so far. I love doing it. And more important than everything is I really love the people I'm working with. That's been a super treat.
Oh, that's killer, man. We love everything you're doing with the activism work and your positivity and all the values that you promote.
Yeah.
But I would like to dig into Carter Creek a little bit, give them some shine.
Absolutely.
How is it going down there? Like, what kind of cultivation are they running? What do you like about what you see down there?
It's going great. I've tried to work this out with people before in Oklahoma and other states. I've been approached by people, but it's always just been so impersonal and just all about money. And where it's really been the opposite with Slim and Carter Creek. It's it's a very family-oriented type of deal. We've become family very quick. I've known Slim maybe a year now, and he's definitely one of my best friends. We get along so good. Our families melt together. They're all about Jinxproof genetics. I'd say 90, maybe a little bit less % of the garden is Jinxproof genetics.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, it's a nice opportunity because I don't sell bud to the public. You know what I mean? So it's nice to finally be able to get some hands-on Jinxproof flower to the public. There's lots of farms that do grow my strains, and I appreciate that, but never hands-on. So Oklahoma's only 3-hour flight away from here, so I just pop down there all the time, and we work together on the farm. And a lot of times I don't announce it, not to be Mr. Cool, but because when I do announce it, I get so many like invitations and stuff like that. I feel bad, like, like turning people down, because I literally fly in, we work our ass off for a couple of days and then I go home,
Right.
so
Oh
we
man.
go as fast as we can. But it's been a great venture. It's been a great deal. Like I said, great people. You know, the farm is super clean. They're totally all about, when they approach me about doing things the way I would want to do them, following my program, living soil and stuff like that. We had our
Cool.
first, I think it's called MM something inspection, where the state comes out and inspects your farm.
Oh shit.
And we passed with flying colors. I don't think
Nice.
we even had one strike against us. One thing they'd rather we were doing instead. So really happy about that. And like I say, the people I'm working with, aside from Slim, we got Brady out there and his wife, and Slim's wife, Queen Bee, and yeah, it's just been a great deal. I'm super happy with it, and
That's neat, man.
I'm glad I held out and found the right people to do this with.
That's
So
super neat. So if I go down to Oklahoma and hit a dispensary, I'll be able to find some Carter Creek product?
you should be, yeah. We're getting ready to do a huge drop right now, so yeah, I should be. We'll be posting what stores we're at. If not, you can always hit up the at Carter Creek Cannabis on Instagram, and there should be a list, or you can get sent a list of the stores that have our stuff. One thing I'm kind of excited about too is I'm breeding strains that only Carter Creek Cannabis will ever have. Like you can't even buy them off my seed
Oh,
website or anything
nice.
like that. So it's just exclusive, Carter Creek Jinxproof strains that no other farm down there has them, or like say nobody. Period. That's been really fun. And I was even talking to Slim about doing a seasonal strain. Like a lot of the microbrews. Like they'll do like their winter ale, or their summer fest, and it's only available like for 2 or 3 months a year. So I was talking about maybe doing something like that too. I like to just keep it kind of fun and special and unique, So we're working on that right now too. So.
Nice, man. I think that the kind of exclusive Carter Creek strain is dope. People might be upset, but you release so many a year. I don't think we can be upset, man. You got quite a. It's crazy the selection that you've built up. I mean, I don't even mean so many per year. I just mean so many total now. I feel like so when I'm scrolling in my feed, it's like shit. I missed out on that one and that one, and it's interesting. But I will say here for those who maybe just are tuning in, Jinxproof's dankbank.com. Is that correct?
Yeah. It's actually .net, but
.net.
.com will usually get you there. But yeah, it's actually
Oh,
.net.
shit. Okay, sorry. Jinxproofdankbank.net. Go and check it out, everybody. That is the main website.
What you were mentioning about having so many strains, actually, I do a lot of limited editions.
Right.
Aside from my stable strains that have and always will be there, Hammer, Go Time, stuff like that, Mother Tongue. I do a lot of one-offs. Like I'll breed a strain, and when it's gone, I don't rebreed it again. So
That's cool.
I've got the collector gene in me personally. When I was younger, it was all about punk rock records, and a lot of people on my page see that I collect dunnies. So to me, seeds are kind of like baseball cards. It's kind of cool to have that limited edition pack that only so many were released and stuff like that. And I collect seeds myself. I have a drawer. Not mine. Like I have a drawer full of seeds from other companies, and the chance of me ever even being able to plant them is pretty slim. But I just can't help myself. So
Nice.
it's nice to patronize the fellow seed breeders and stuff like that too.
I love that, man. We're going to definitely dig into the strains, but totally left turn here. You talked about collecting. What is looking back, what was your favorite collectible that you ever owned or currently own outside of cannabis or whatever, just as a collector?
Oh my gosh.
No, it's a tough one.
Man, that nothing even pops straight up in my head right away, to tell you the truth, because like I said, I'd almost need to be in front of my little drawer so I could start.
Or your old punk rock records, any that really changed your life or?
Well, when I was a kid, I was a hard rocker, kind of a metaler, and the punk rock thing did change my life, and I think a lot of people's lives because the movement of the music. Most and a lot of punk rock is very positive, political, if you will, but usually a good message. There's always
Right.
those few bands out there that are just kind of silly or funny, like Fear. They always had the song, "I don't care about you, fuck you."
Yeah.
But when you get into like the Dead Kennedys and DOA and stuff like that,
Nice.
definitely opens the minds of young people and stuff like that. And, so.
That's cool, man. I just had to ask about that. Get a little glimpse.
No,
get a little glimpse into the personality there. I think a lot of what you do is that, man. I mean, when we take a look at how much of a family man you are, how much you love your wife and Jinxie Jr. and all that stuff and just everything, the orange cap and all that. I guess that kind of segues into something that I wanted to talk to you about and that you were having trouble with. It's crazy how many people out there are counterfeiting genetics.
Oh, gosh.
And using like your likeness even.
Yeah, my likeness, my photos from my website. I was really upset. There's some guy out there right now who his picture on his page is a picture of me and Cornut. And Cornut is Slim from Carter Creek. It's his son.
So creepy.
His 6-year-old son. You know what I mean? I posted a picture of me and Cornut because, we get along so good and I love that little dude. But then you're going to swipe that picture and use it as your profile to, sell fake seeds or to sell bud and never actually even send people their money. But it's a major problem. It's a major bummer because a lot of, not just me, but most seed companies, not all, but most seed companies are independent businesses, just little families doing their thing. And, to have somebody come and swipe your stuff and then, get complaints from these people, that, these seeds didn't pop or this and that. And it's like, every time Rose sends out an order, you get an order number in an email. And it's like, send me your order number. And they can't. Or they send me a picture of the package. It's like, that's not my package. That's not even my company.
Jeez.
And it's just, I guess you're going to get that in any industry. But for me, it's something, the message I'm trying to spread is, the cannabis community is definitely a community, a brotherhood, a family. And it's really up to a lot of these people not to buy those seeds. You know what I mean? There's no reason to, and it's just, so it's really, up to a community movement to not do that. And, I get a lot of people who sell my seeds, but they're feminized, and I don't feminize seeds, and it's still the same thing as just stealing my stuff, I don't care if somebody breeds my stuff. Tons of people send me pictures of, they bred 9-pound hammer to this and created their own little strain. And some people even send me messages asking permission. And I'm all about it. You bought the seeds, go for it,
Right.
But the thing is to F2 somebody's stuff and then just remarket it as hammer or to back cross it and market as hammer. It's just bootlegging, it's just knockoffs. And then to auto flower them or to feminize them is the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't feminize seeds. It's not really my deal. I'm a pretty small company. I really don't have the space to start feminizing seeds,
Right.
start a whole new line of Jinxproof seeds. And, and it's really not my deal anything. I mean, a lot of you guys know I started with Subcool, who was totally not into feminized seeds. You know what I mean? He used to wear a shirt that said feminized seeds are for, the word starts with P, and that's not really my take. I mean, do what you want to do your thing,
sure.
But it's just not my deal. I believe there are problems you can run into with feminized seeds, and it's just not my bag. So to just do something with my own strand that I don't, want to do anyways is just BS.
Well, here's the thing, Matt. I think there's varying levels and what surprises me is varying levels of accepted behavior. So that's why my message is the same as yours. I don't try to tell anybody how to live their life at all. I just recommend that they do their research and make sure that they're comfortable purchasing with what they're comfortable purchasing because like you said, there's a lot of people out there who are just straight up ripping people off and that's kind of always going to happen on the internet. Catfishing. This is a high level of catfishing almost. Yeah. But then there's actually established companies who are engaging in this behavior. And let's be honest, there's no law in the land about a lot of this stuff. So what it creates is a bunch of gray areas. For most breeders, breeding with someone else's work, we all took work from somebody else. That's not something that most breeders would argue against.
Right.
Then you get into not crediting people. That's something that it's not against the law. Yeah. Some people might not find it very attractive or maybe not very much integrity to not credit someone, but that's another level. I'd say F2ing something, that's another level. What's going on with you is straight up intellectual property theft. They're taking your face, which is printed on packages and resell. That's crazy, dude. That's theft. I don't know how anyone, and again, we're not going to say any names, because we don't want to, give any shine to these people. But like some of these people were like threatening you and your kid, man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is garbage. I cannot stand by that. That's just absolutely horrible behavior. And really, I'll have anyone on the show to talk about why they think they should be able to sell your F2s and I'll have that conversation. I'll have that debate. But they don't want to do that. They want to get in your fucking DMs and threaten you and your fucking son who has issues. Fuck that guy, dude.
Yeah.
That is straight up evil. And again, if I'm wrong, if that person is listening to this, I invite you on my show. I will gladly talk to you and you can explain why that's not a horrible thing to do or what you meant to do and why it's okay to do what you are doing. Yeah. I'll have that conversation. Let's wrap it out. But to me, it sounds like these people are just borderline criminals. Straight up criminals.
They're criminals. They're keyboard warriors. I'm very much known for my positive videos and my movement of trying to keep everybody positive.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But don't let that fool you. You know what I mean? Come up to my face. Come up to a booth or whatever you can find me at and say that shit to my face and see what happens. I'm still an old school man. I'm 53 years old. I grew up old school, and I'm certainly not a wuss.
We don't need you fighting. We don't need you fighting, Jinx. Yeah, we just need to expose the community to what these people are. And I invite them to talk, and they never will. And don't get in my DMs and threaten me, because I'll just post it to the community. I'll show everyone who you are, and then I'll block you, and I'll never waste another ounce of mental energy on you again. Yeah. I think that it's just about getting the word out, and they're going to have some level of success, and eventually the laws of karma will come back and bite them. And again, if there's another side to this story, you are welcome on my show. It does not seem like there is a very good other side from what I've seen, Jinx.
I don't know what you could possibly say.
I'm staunchly on the I'm staunchly on the side that these people are just they're scumbags, man. That's a scumbag.
Well, I mean, there's one company. I'm not going to say their name like six. I don't want to advertise them, but the name of their company, it pretty much translates to "we rip people off." we jack your shit. I mean, that's like the name of their company, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Maybe they're proud of it then.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see these people at shows, of course, and stuff like that. It's all internet, and who knows what they're actually selling. The big company that threatened me, they're very well known, and tons of people wrote me letters and that know them and say they buy bulk seeds from other countries and just put whatever name they want on them, and that they don't.
Holy shit.
That they were dookie, or it's like, man, F2ing it's bad enough, but that's even worse. Just selling you hemp seeds, literally.
Like, wild stuff, man. Yeah. I didn't mean to get fired up there or bring it to a negative place, but I know that was on the list for us to talk about. So it riles me up.
It's something that the community has to embrace, because if the community doesn't buy these seeds and stuff too, well then those people are wasting their time, not all of our time.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're ripping.
Well. Oh. The key to a free market is transparency. So that's why I think that everyone should see the messages that you got sent. And again, I'm not trying to tell anybody anything about, anything they do with genetics.
Yeah.
But do you really want to buy seeds from somebody who's in Jinx's DMs threatening his son? Like, I urge you to do your research at this point. And I urge you to follow Jinx too, so you can keep up on all the crazy drama.
I try to keep it to a minimum, like
I was just going to say.
I almost never put people on blast, with a large following and a large community. Of course, there's going to be fools I run into that, that piss me off and this and that. But, if you went through my entire Instagram, very rarely have I ever put somebody on blast. You know what I mean? I did put these guys on blast, and they'd really pissed them off and all this and that. But I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you've been jacking not just me, but Miss Jill, in-house. I mean, you go through their page, and it's just anybody that's ever had a successful strain. You know what I mean? And they're getting ripped off, and you're getting ripped off too, because you're getting some seeds from, Colombia or something. And I'm not bagging on Colombia. I'm just saying, they grow tons of seeded out weeds. So these people buy their seeds in bulk and just put any damn name on it. And now you get to grow it. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's certainly not what you were looking for. So,
well, I think it just kind of verified the character if they come back at you with a threat to your son. So that just, anyways. And you're right. Who has beef with Jinx? It's just bizarre. It's bizarre to see you in a beef. It's truly bizarre.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, life's too short.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Jinx in just a second, but before that, shout out to Rimrock Analytical. Go to rimrockanalytical.com. Use code GROWCAST for free shipping on your tests, and stop wasting time sex testing. Rimrock Analytical is fast, accurate, and very, very responsive. Big fan of these guys. I'm using them myself. They just lowered their test price from $15 to $13 last I checked at the time of this recording. And if you buy bulk, you get an even better price. I think all the way down to $9. I could be mistaken. So the more you buy, the cheaper you get. But $13 a test, so worth it. I like the test collection process at Rimrock because you just snip a little sample and you drop it in the vial and you mail it off. They also have prepaid mailing labels, which makes drop-off extremely easy. So I'm really enjoying the Rimrock analytical sex testing. Don't sleep on them, though, because they have full-blown nutrient testing, soil testing. They have viroid testing, all sorts of stuff. Go to rimrockanalytical.com, see what they can do for you. Use code GROWCAST to get free shipping on your tests. Save some money there. All right, everybody, let's get back to it with Jinx. Let's talk about some strains, man. Let's move on to something constructive and positive here. Can you talk about, I don't know, man, new ones that are coming or ones that just dropped, wherever you want to take it?
One that I recently did. I don't release anything without being test grown first. We test grow it, and then I have an array of test growers. And when I select test growers, I actually select some of the best farmers I've ever known. And I also select some of the worst farmers I know. And I'm not going to call it out or anything like that. But
right here, Jordan River.
No, but the reason for that is like I take the feedback from the less qualified testers more serious,
sure.
I should say. Because like, if somebody barely can grow, or one of these people who just can't leave their plants alone and just constantly thrash them and overfeed them, like if that person can get that plant to finish and still have it chronic with no stability problems, nanners and stuff like that, well, that really speaks for that plant, and that means that plant is pretty tough and ready to be released. And I have taken like a giant bag of seeds before and thrown them in the garbage, and just like I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. I don't want my name on that crap, and you'll never outrun that. And it's, plus you're ripping people off because damn well it ain't stable. It is what we do for a living, and it is painful, to chuck a bag of seeds like that in the garbage, like, damn, because not only growing them, but all that, the test growing takes, usually about 5 months, so 5 to 6 months. So, but it's worth it. So, but the one I got going right now that people are really excited about is the hash gooberry. And it's gooberry times hash plant.
Oof.
And the gooberry is the mother of 9-pound hammer. So I've had I'm actually outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that plane roaring over the top.
Oh, we'll deal with it. It's all right. We got engineer Stennis on it.
The Gooberry is a strain I did years ago before I was a breeder, just for fun with my friend Brent, and kept them. And so we did a little search this time, and we actually used a male this time instead of a female. So the Gooberry is actually the male of the plant. And I was posting a lot of pictures along the way of the plants growing from the seeds popping out, and people are very excited about this strain. So it's currently still in test phase. It's not available yet. Sometimes, like Rose did a little sell where, if you buy a pack of seeds, you get a free pack of hash gooberry, but they are labeled as test seeds.
Oh, so some people have them. They just might not know it.
Yes, no, they know. It
okay.
says on the package test seeds.
I see.
Meaning these seeds haven't passed. Doesn't mean they failed tests. Just means they haven't passed tests yet and stuff like that. So, somebody's not getting it. So when they get them, they know, like keep an eye on them, realize that their test seeds are not, released 100% approved seeds. So, but people are really super anxious about this strain. So it'll so far from what I've seen, all the testing is going great. I believe it's going to pass test and make it to the market. So we're super excited about that. And, what I've seen so far and what I've done so far has just been absolute chronic. So
I'm so excited for that. Sorry, gooberry hash or hash gooberry? What was it called?
Gooberry times hash plant. Actually, it would be the opposite because the gooberry is the male, so ladies first. So,
but the name?
The name is hash gooberry.
Hash gooberry. Yeah. Got it.
I'm usually not a guy that combines names for a name. Like take the two names of the strain and smash them together and make a name. Usually I don't groove on that, but the hash gooberry it sounds so good.
Kind of rolls off the tongue, yeah.
Yeah, so usually I have kind of funny or silly names. So
holy shit, man, that hash gooberry sounds great. What else are we working with?
The next one that has passed test is Miss Rose named it Bumblebud. Ooh. And we are releasing it. She said next week, and that's going to be Do-si-do times 9-pound hammer. And the stuff we've grown and what I've seen so far is just absolutely chronic, super terped out, super flavor, super stony. So I anticipate it's gonna be a pretty fun strain, and people are gonna
Oh,
really groove on it. So
I love Do-si-do. Can I ask you what that process looks like? So you want to cross with Do-si-do. Maybe you smoked it and you enjoyed it. Do you find a cut? Do you order from a seed? You know what I mean? Like where do you bring in genetics that you enjoy and then want to incorporate?
it's always different. Sometimes I'll buy a pack of seeds and pheno hunt them, and then find that one that I really love.
Hmm.
Do-si-do I actually got from the breeder personally.
Who was that?
Archive down there in Oregon.
Oh, that's right. Archive. Nice, dude.
They personally selected one for me, and my
That's so cool.
cruised down there and picked them up, and was super happy with watching it grow and all that and stuff. So awesome people. I really enjoyed their company and stuff like that. So I made them gave them one of my very few bongs that I made, because I haven't made bongs in a long time because of my brain surgery. I had a couple sitting around. So I have this pipe I made called a couch potato. It's a lay down bong that it's kind of spill proof. It's hard to explain, but you'd have to see it. So that was cool. That was a cool exchange. It was fun. And, I mean, they know who I am. So obviously they know that I'm going to breed it. I'm not going to F2 it.
Jinxproof new release. Do-si-do F2 archive cut.
With all the bits that I do, I'd take a lashing, man.
Oh, that would be hilarious, dude. You should make that post on April Fool's Day and see what kind of comments you get. Oh man, that would be
That
great.
is pretty funny, because every April Fool's I do a April Fool's on Instagram, and I've done 3 so far, and they've turned out pretty good.
Oh my god, I always fall for those, dude. I'm always the person who doesn't care about holidays, and I fall for that shit.
Some people even get mad. Like this year, I told everybody, a lot of people sent me a thing like, "Bro, you should be an actor." Like I got on the camera and I said, "Hey, family," like my little kind of like broken down voice, and said, "Apparently, as of today, I'll be running this company on my own. God, I'll be a single dad, and
yeah, right.
Miss Rose is going on her own, and apparently she's pregnant, and I had a vasectomy years ago."
Oh my god!
But then it was funny because I waited a few seconds before I said April Fools, and some people didn't watch the whole.
Scrolled.
Some people didn't watch the whole video, so they're already commenting like, "Bro, you can do better than her. Like, fuck her."
Holy shit!
So funny. I got a lot of DMs too, like, "Bro, you're gonna be a great single dad." Other people were like, "That's not funny," and I was like,
"Oh my god, dude, I stand by it."
Yeah, anybody that knows me, like any of my friends, and you've probably seen a little bit on the on the gram with Rose. Like I'm a total prankster, joker, practical joker. Like I would so not want to be married to me.
Dude, that's hilarious.
My friends will tell you that too. It's just I get it from my dad. It's just how I've always been. So I've had.
I was just gonna say that's like dad jokes, dad pranks for sure.
Totally.
But yeah, we see you and Rose though, dude. I can't get enough. You two are so cute together. I'm just gonna say it on behalf of the whole community. There's a couple cannabis couples in the community that really like shine. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm gonna take the time to do this. All the single people are just gonna tune out while they're gardening, but all the marriage and sappy people are gonna enjoy this. You and Rose, Frenchie and his wife,
yeah.
Mad and Mrs. Mad. I would put like Queen of the Sun and her husband up there. Like there's just some couples that just shine, and I don't know, man. It's really great to see.
Well, if
I'm too private for that.
If you're in a real relationship like that, and you are willing to expose it, it's just gonna shine. It's not like we plan it or anything. You know what I mean? It's just
of course, yeah.
How we are. Like
cool,
I used to do this thing every morning where I would sneak into the bathroom and scare the shit out of Miss Rose while she was blow drying her hair.
That's right. I saw like a throwback to that. I saw you like throwback and you fucking just scare the shit out of her.
Oh, I would do it every day. Like people would even DM me like if I did it, like, "Will you please scare Miss Rose today? It just makes my day. It's so funny." And I did it so many times. Like I can't really scare. I haven't done it in a long time. I've attempted 100 times, but she's just like a ninja now. Like she can hear me coming, or she knows it's coming. Like I haven't scared her good for a long time, and it's not lack of trying. It's just she's got her kung fu on, and and like you're saying, like I mean, I get a lot of attention, and the Jinxproof, the name, and all that. But the fact is, without Miss Rose, there would be no Jinxproof genetics, and that's a fact. I mean, she is. I always compare it to, like, I might be the body of the car, but she's the Hemi under the hood. You know what I mean? She's the, if I was responsible for gathering orders and getting orders out, I would be the most hated company on the planet. Like that fucking Jinxproof, sent me the wrong shit or never sent it, or because that's just not my jam. But she's on it 24/7. She's answering messages, taking orders, mailing them out. So yeah, respect to her, man. And she's all business aside, she's just such a wonderful woman. We met later in our lives, and I think I was almost 40 when I met Miss Rose. And at that point...
Is that true?
Yeah, at that point...
Dude, that's incredible.
I didn't even think I would get married or even have kids at that point. I think I was 38 when I met her, and she's actually a couple of years older than me, so she was probably 40. And, along came Jinxie Jr., and then...
Holy shit, that's incredible. I didn't know that, Jinx. I just had this feeling that you guys have been together forever. To find such a incredible love that late in... Yeah. I mean, it's not even that late in life, but it's late. Some people stress about that sort of thing. That's incredible, man.
I never stressed on it. It was just, as a young guy, I was kind of a player. I always had jobs where, I was always... like I was a tattooist, I was a singer in a band, I sold weed and stuff like that, where I was always kind of exposed to a lot of women and, just kind of did my thing, but once I met Miss Rose, that all changed, and I was like, man, I'm no dummy. I better grab this up while I can. You know what I mean?
Holy fuck, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that story. Well, behind every powerful man is a more powerful woman. That is a quote that rings true throughout history, man.
It's an understatement to tell you the truth. In our case, like I said, she's a machine, man. And she's such a good mom and such a good wife and such a good person. You know what I mean? And she's accomplished a lot in her life too, having nothing to do with cannabis. You know what I mean? So
that's cool, man.
Miss Rose used to be a hardcore Kwon Do instructor, which is martial arts mixed with exercise. And she hates when I tell people this because she doesn't have time to exercise anymore. But she actually did a Seahawks halftime show.
What?
Yeah, she sure did. Right? Went out there on the field, and some of her friends that she taught Kwon Do and exercise with, and actually did a Seahawks halftime show. It's pretty funny.
I don't want to get you in trouble with her or get me in trouble with her, but can you give us the name of the year and the name of the game, who was playing, or can we find this on YouTube?
I've searched because it was actually right before I met her. So I've actually searched YouTube and I've never actually seen it. But a lot of her friends talked about it. I know for a fact she did it. So it was pretty cool. Quite an accomplishment.
If you can get the year and the game, I might sick my Discord on it. And these guys dig stuff up, man. I brought up a link of myself that I couldn't find, an old embarrassing clip. They had that in chat in 4 minutes. So I think if you came up with the game, we might be able to find it. But anyways, I don't want to get in trouble.
I might be playing with fire there. You don't want to mess with Miss Rose. Like I say, she's a Kwon Do instructor. She's
okay, man.
Second youngest of 8, and she's from Jersey, bro.
Holy fuck!
Don't mess with a Jersey girl.
Oh, that's too much, man. Well, yeah, like I said, we love it. We love it. Powerful woman in the cannabis industry, and even more impressive, just a great couple in the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot of fun. So that's super important.
Well, let's not end it too sappy here. How about one more strain before we wrap it up? Is there anything else you want to tell us about that's coming down the pipe or available?
Actually, right now, what I'm doing is I took a Hell on Wheels male, and I have probably 4 strains in the room. Main Event, Go Time, and I can't think off the top of my head, but I know Go Time, Main Event are in there for sure. So that'll be the next one. I do that a lot. Like I'll take one male and breed it to maybe 4 or 5 females, and some of those will be new strains, and some of those will be limited editions. So that's but the Hell on Wheels times Go Time, I think, is going to be pretty incredible. So
nice. What does that Hell on Wheels male look like? Why are you excited about it?
Well, we did a pretty good pheno search on it. It's just super hardy, and a lot of times the males tend to lean more towards almost like a hemp type of smell. You know what I mean? Where this one's definitely got that strong cannabis forward smell like that.
Nice.
As far as selecting the right male and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about it. Hell on Wheels is a limited edition. So I don't rebreed limited editions, but I do breed limited editions like to other strains. You know what I mean? So I will cross limited editions to create new strains. So
nice,
it's just bomb. You know what I mean? Everybody that's ever had it, I've never had a complaint about it or anything like that. So pretty excited.
How does that Hell on Wheels smoke as far as the flavor?
You know, it's always going to boil down to pheno and even grow
True.
style. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the one I really like is probably, it's kind of one in the middle. It's almost kind of gassy berry, you know, instead of either or. It's kind of right in the middle there.
Sweet and fuel. I love that combo.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's especially when you smoke it, like on the way in, it tastes different than the way out. It's almost like you can get that kind of fruity, more tropic flavor on the way in. Then when you blow it out, it's you taste that more that more gassy kind of fuely type of flavor. So it's pretty fun smoke.
That's just like a good cup of coffee.
Then Nick Miola, who does all our graphics, he does a ton of cannabis graphics. He's the man, but he drew us a sick picture for our stickers and our t-shirts. It's a big ass bud driving an old school hot rod, kind of like a rat rod, with the shifter sticking out the hood and a bunch of flames flying from under the tire. And it just totally suits the strand. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's killer, man. Killer. I look forward to seeing that. I look forward to all the Hell on Wheels crosses. Everybody, you can go to Jinx's Dank.
Jinxproof. Jinxproofs with an S on the end. Jinxproofs, dankbank.net. Okay. If anybody forgets that or whatever, there's always a link in my bio, and of course Miss Rose's bio, which is at Miss Rose I Am. So, just hit us up, and I'll send you a link to it. However, whatever.
You got it. So. Jinxproofs, dankbank.net. Find all the strains. New crosses coming. Oh shit, I'm on low battery as well. Jinx, thank you for taking the time today, my friend. Always down to speak with you, and I will be coming down to Oklahoma. So if you're going to be at some events, I know you've been linking up with a lot of members and stuff, but I will be there shortly, my friend. We'll have to hang out and smoke a bowl or just chat.
Yeah, usually if there's a show worth going to down there, I'll be at it with Slim of Carter Creek. So I also want to give a early shout out to all the fathers out there for Father's Day tomorrow. So.
Oh, good call, man. Yeah, we're recording this Saturday, so thank you, Jinx. Jinxproof on Instagram. Go and give them a follow. Definitely worth a follow. Hit up the Dank Bank.
It's underscore Jinxproof because unfortunately, just like the seed thing, there's a ton of fake Jinxproof accounts too.
Someone's sitting on here to think, oh, Jesus.
So you got
at underscore Jinxproof.
Yeah, underscore Jinxproof.
Okay, at underscore Jinxproof. Go and follow him, everybody. And that's all for today, man. This is the great Jinx and Jordan Rivers signing off, saying be safe, everyone, and grow smarter.
All right, be positive.
That's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Jinx. Thank you to Miss Rose. Awesome breeder feature. Before we wrap it up, I'm going to give some love to Rain Science Grow Bags, my favorite containers for growing. Mesh grow bags, they last a lifetime. Find them at rainsciencegrowbags.com. Code GROWCAST for 10% off your Rain Science Grow Bags. I really love them. Their sizes and shapes are really cool. I like the way that they're taller. And then they have the lowrider series. If you don't like the tall ones, they have a flatter lowrider series. They also have really cool propagation cones. It's my new favorite way to pop seeds. They're really, really cool. Check out the propagation cones. They're cheap, they're durable. Again, they're reusable, and they're just the right size to fill a tray with all your seedlings or clones for the cones. Soil covers, everything you need at rainsciencegrowbags.com. 10% off with GrowCast. Step up your container game. It's a big deal, especially if you're in those plastic pots. Yeah, take my advice. Switch it to a Rain Science Grow Bag and thank me later, everybody. Make sure to send snapshots when you use our codes so that you're entered to win free seeds. Just DM them or email contact@growcastpodcast.com or at GrowCast on Instagram, DM, as I said. All right, everybody, that's it for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you tune in again. Thank you to all you listeners. Special thank you to your members. I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.